From the look of things, this palace war will never come to an end. Yes, the palace war will never come to an end. Even if it's going to end, it's not going to be almost immediately, because the kind of aggravated war that is happening in the palace right now can even make those who are going for third world war to shiver in fear and in pains. Temitope is actually in the news right now, and the truth about the matter is she has a genuine cause to make a case. She has a genuine cause that if anybody listens or hear her out, they will definitely want to fight for her. As we all know, my people, Temitope has been in need of a child for a very long time. She has prayed, she has cried, she has tarried, she has fasted, she has gone to spiritualists. There's nothing she has not done just to make sure that she has the cry of a baby who will actually be called her own child. And as God could have it, Temitope actually got pregnant. Yes, she got pregnant. She went to register for antenatal, and everything was working very, very smoothly. But it didn't stop there. It did not stop there, because things actually now took a turnaround when Miriam too wanted a child. Now, that is why the problem we're always complaining about Miriam. Even when Miriam wants something, she cannot just achieve what she wants to achieve without making sure that her neighbor is in trouble. Whenever she achieves anything good, just be sure and certain that someone else somehow will definitely cry or suffer for what she wants to gain. Because when Miriam now went, when Miriam now visited, when Miriam now went to go for her own consultations, she now went, instead of her to just ask for her own request, she now went and demanded that Temitope's own child should be collected from her and added to her own. Because before now, Miriam was also pregnant, but she was pregnant with twins. But she now said if she gives birth to twins, it is going to be one and the same thing. That what she wants, what she really, really wants, is to give birth to something that is going to be higher than that of any other person. Something that even the king himself would actually tobale for her. And that is why she now opted to collecting Temitope's own child and adding into her own child. Is that not wickedness? That's actually the height of spiritual wickedness. That's the height of spiritual aggrandizement. For you to now begin to collect what is supposed to be meant for your own. I mean, logically, nothing stops her from having her own child devoid of that of Miriam, not devoid of that of Temitope. God can still give her her own child even without disturbing anybody. But instead of her keeping her own child and getting happy and excited, she now went to disenfranchise someone else and collect that person's own child. Now, technically speaking, this has actually caused Temitope to be very, very perturbed. You know what it means for someone to get pregnant, something that you've been looking for all these years, and suddenly now it comes your way, only for your neighbor to now collect it from you. This is actually logically very, very, very wrong. It is actually very, very wrong, because you cannot continue things like this and expect things to work differently for you. It's not going to happen. The more you try to make things happen like this, the more difficult it gets. And now, be that as it may, it is now quite difficult. It is now quite difficult to understand how people can just logically begin to interface in ways and manners that you cannot actually understand. Because each time I try to understand the rationale behind these issues and problems, it makes me to wonder, it makes me to ponder, it makes me to see that people are beginning to see life from a different angle and a different perspective. And if care is not taken, or if the right thing is not done to cushion the effect of this kind of wicked acts that people perpetrate on their fellow human beings, then it now gives us some serious concern. Yeah, it gives us some serious concern, because people right about now are having issues with having the mind of their own, having a standpoint of their own, having to strive in such a way and manner that you can't actually have a total grasp of what to do. Because to me, I think this is really heartbreaking, and this is really thought provoking, and this is really a situation and case of voluntary acceleration. People should look at other people as people that should have the mindset of spending their own quality time with their loved ones in such a way that no matter what happens, they will still have their say. Miriam has no right, because she knows she has opportunities to spirituality. She can now use her spiritual innuendos to snatch other people's children from their tummy. I mean, it's quite heartbreaking. It's really, really heartbreaking, and I think it's important for everybody to know that when things continue to fall out of place like this, it will cause nothing but a serious heartbreak for those who naturally will just want to remain relevant and do things the way they should do. It is unfair. Anyhow you want to look at it, it's very, very, very unfair that Miriam can go diabolical to collect Temitope's own child, a child that comes from God, a child that she has been praying for, wishing for how many years, and suddenly somebody now comes and collects the child. And now, if Temitope did not even, if Miriam didn't even have a child, it could have been a different ball game. But coming to have an understanding that she too was pregnant for her own child, it doesn't make any logical sense for him, for her now to know that she doesn't have a child again.